Hello everyone, this is Rain for my first commentary type video, and today I just want to make a short video about my RGL experience. Yeah, the thumbnail and title are a bit clickbaity, but I wanted to share my experiences being an amateur / intermediate player, as they put it in the league. The first half is going to be more for starters, and the second half will be for things that might be seen as a bit controversial. You've been warned, don't get your in a twist about it. For most of the video, any channels or sources will most likely be in RGL's Discord, since Discord is really the prime communication for TF2 as of now. You can find a link to it on RGL's website. Getting into RGL can be really tricky. I've heard a lot of people say it's really scuffed. I think I can definitely agree with that. The channels for finding teams are okay for someone who's been there before. It's pretty simple, but for someone who hasn't been there before, they need a friend or a mentor to come and help them understand all of the stuff that's in the channels. And even I still don't understand some of the things that are going on. I don't get some of the leagues, I don't get the names. It's still kind of confusing for me. The only thing I knew when I was getting into it was I was gonna start at the bottom and I was playing competitively. Like I said before, the up and coming players need a mentor, and I think that especially with all the different kinds of people that play the game, there's gonna be some people that don't have those kind of connections, and we need to capitalize on the ability to let those people who don't have connections get into the game, because we're losing a major chunk of players by making it only accessible by people who already have someone inside the competitive scene. A simple channel that has information that's just like a layout of all the information you need to know when you start out would be really nice. That's basically the best thing that could improve the ease of access for people who are starting off. Looking for teams is kind of monotonous. You can't really change that because every single team that you look for and you try out for, you might lose and you might feel bad. But it feels like every single time that you don't get a response from saying you're looking for a team, it's kind of a failure, and I think that needs to have some kind of positive reinforcement because you are just trying out and it's what matters. So I don't know how we can change that, but that's something that should definitely be taken into consideration. RGL's been around for a really long time, and obviously they've done a lot of things right because it's the biggest competitive community so far, and my perspective is really only from a player, especially someone that's starting out. This is really only to record how I've felt when I first started out, just so it's not lost, because I want to keep in touch with that in case I can help in the future. More things need to be done to get people who are really new to the game into competitive. The second part is a lot more based on my emotions and my personal experience with RGL presently. The last part was also my opinions, but this is more about competitive TF2 in general, or just the attitude that I've noticed playing. The first issue is just that lower rostering is kind of a joke, especially in the lower leagues. Even up to main, it just seems kind of looked down upon when you're trying to play. Recently I played a match with people that were basically smurfing, which is really hard to play good when you're in a lower league and you're getting treated like that, because it really fucks with your mindset. It's true that a lot of newer competitive players take themselves way too seriously. Obviously there's the huge joke about like steel players and UGC blah 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 blah, but I think overall the price of making fun of that is that everyone else that's taking it seriously in a fair manner is taken as a joke. I think that just needs to be attached. RGL hasn't really shown any bias to this, so I don't really blame him for that, but that's definitely an issue that I think needs to be taken into consideration. A lot of people could say that it's like this is part of lower leagues, it's like some kind of initiation. I don't really agree with that. I don't think something that's so hard and can be so stressful for people playing needs to be a joke to other people. You don't really learn anything from that kind of initiation experience, in huge air quotes. You just learn to not be that way, I guess, or to be that way if you think those people are winning more often than you are. And the real meat of my issue is the RGL's lack of transparency, which is the big thing that's being talked about a lot. There's the whole issue with the sniper bans. I'm not going to go into that because that's really beating a dead horse at this point, but I want to talk about the bans in general and just the way that RGL does them. They're very serious and controversial things every time it happens. So I understand RGL's approach to release no information, causing no problems. I understand that viewpoint, but it's very clear that's not working out. Even a simple notification to avoid rumors would be nice. There's like no information at all. we're basically left with nothing. I've sifted through all of the pages and channels and everything I could, and I haven't found anything. I've asked around so much, and nothing I can find has been firsthand from RGL. It's always word of mouth from someone who's messaged an admin, and I don't think that should be necessary to get the information you want. A lot of people may defend people that are cheating in air quotes because we're not really sure yet, but a lot of people might defend the cheaters because it doesn't look like cheating to them. Obviously, those people could probably be wrong. Most people wouldn't notice actual cheaters in a high level, but RGL showing confidence in the demos that they have that supports the cheating would actually support confidence in RGL's moderation rather than making it distrustful and hard to believe what RGL's bans are doing. If they want to build a trusted relationship with the community, it needs to offer more solid reasoning and information for the bans, instead of letting players who have been banned offer demos that are by their choice and that could completely not look suspicious at all. If there's other ways that you can support a ban, that would be really nice as well. I don't think exactly you need demos. Obviously, like I said before, that could cause issues because the people in the community might not notice the cheating, but I think there's a really simple template that would work for the bot, which is just like an archive that has the ban player, the username, the reason for ban, the violation of the rule, 1 to 2 demos, and additional information at the bottom. That simple amount of communication can really fix the uneasiness that's being felt right now. And just like another personal thing, the lack of activity I've noticed just from the moderators and everything seems a bit questionable. They've all been around for a really long time, so I understand that trust might have been built before I was here, and I understand that, but at the same time, some information about everyone would be nice. These are the people that are running everyone's pretty much favorite competitive scene as of now, and pretty much the only option. I don't really blame the moderators that are reading the demos for their calls. I trust their judgment, but I think the lack of communication and whoever's deciding that is actually causing more problems than the bans themselves. RGL is a really good example of what happens when people can come together and really want something and want to do something, and that's really nice. You can get money and respect and trophies and all the shiny stuff, and it makes people who are having issues, staying into the game because of the play level that's in pubs or in community servers, and it can make them the best scout, soldier, pyro, demo man, heavy, engineer, medic, sniper, and spy they ever could. But RGL still has a lot of issues, and I feel like they're being swept under the rug by the people who actually have power there, and I want RGL to be the best it can be. I don't want to bring it crumbling down. I just want to offer these solutions because I think they should be fixed because they seem like a pretty easy solution to me. You can take it with a grain of salt if you want. Obviously, this is just my opinion. I want to reach a balance that can be fair for both the people who are working in RGL and the people who are playing in RGL. Obviously, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or criticisms, you can put them in the comments below. I'll probably be reading them for a very long time. I'll want to create a discussion about it because that's what we need. This is a discussion about this, a very fair discussion. I hope you all day and became a better person from watching this. My name is Rain, and the video is over.